would you mind telling our audience a little bit about what your vision is for 2020?
Well, for 2020, again, my platform changed just a little bit. When I ran in 2018, I ran on a We Must Act Now. This year, I'm diving a little further, and we're going with action. So my team is setting on a platform of actions being accountability, community engagement, the whole transparency, being more innovative, opportunity, and being able to take on the next generation or fight for the next 400 years, right? As we move our families together, we're dealing with a very challenging time right now. I mean, COVID-19 has come and it has hit us, and we know that the disparities were there, but now they're showing up even more, right? Mm-hmm. So the fact that our children are being left behind, we knew that, right? But COVID-19 just kind of pulled the blanket off, right? And it's showing us more. You know, our children are still not equipped when it comes to technology, right? We are so far behind when it comes to the basic things that our children need within our Minneapolis public schools. So it's like, why did it take COVID-19, right, to bring this to our attention? We know our children are way behind when it comes to learning. We know our children are way behind when it comes to reading, when it comes to the basic education that they need to be able to succeed in this society. So I am here. My goal and what we work on, again, is just really fighting for more equity to making sure that our children have what they need. You know, regardless of COVID-19 or not, our children should be able to keep up with what is happening in this world.
Absolutely.
We still have children to this day that did not have, you know, the technology that they needed, right? The laptops, the things for them to be able to stay abreast, right? Yeah. To stay engaged. But not only do you just give them the technology, we need to make sure that they understand how to operate it, right? So if we're not having these type of classes in our schools, right? If we're not teaching them about technology, and we're not teaching them about Microsoft Word, and we're not teaching them how to use all these different programs, what do we expect? So right now we're dealing with our children are still going to be left behind if we don't continue to fight, if we don't continue to show up, if we don't make sure that our children are being engaged, right, with the right type of training and the right type of equipment that they need in order to move forward. And so COVID-19, again, it's just showing it all. It's showing up in so many different ways, but it's nothing new. We knew it already.
Yep.
We knew it already, so now it's time to take that action and for us to move forward as we continue to fight for our children within the community.
Now, you spoke a little bit about the disparity right now with children, youth, students over in Minneapolis not having access to technology, right? That's the laptops, that's the computers, and then also not being equipped to navigate the programs that they need to log into to get their curriculum and to actually take tests and things of that sort. Mm-hmm. So what can something be done right now on the school board that they can do to kind of alleviate that burden or that barrier that exists currently right now?
I mean, one of the questions I ask is, why wasn't it done before, right? The budget, when we're talking about budget and we're dealing with the different resources, those are things that are a need for us, right? It's not a want, it's a need. Our children need to be equipped with that technology, right? So when we're talking about budget and when we're working to make sure that our schools have what they need, those are basic needs within our schools. Mm-hmm. We have our high school students that are even graduating, right? And some of them don't even know how to use Microsoft Word. You know, when it comes to our Northside schools, some of them don't even know how to check their email. Some of them don't even know how to begin to log in and the basic things like that. So then we think about the generations, right? And families. We can't just assume that families even know how to teach this stuff, right? So again, the levels of disparity are so layered in what we're dealing with when it comes to this, basically to the technology and the social distancing within our schools, this digital divide that we are faced with right now.
So NPR, they did a news article last year, October 14th, 2019. So this is prior to COVID-19, right? And at the top of the story, it says a new report from the Federal Reserve Bank of Minneapolis finds Minnesota is one of the worst states in the country for education achievement gaps. And that's prior to COVID-19. So what you're saying right now is that you think that those achievement gaps are going to get exacerbated. They're going to be worse after COVID-19. Because, I mean, right now, we're right smack down in the middle of it.
Yep.
Although things are opened up, this deadly virus is still have not left our society yet.
Right.
So we're still trying to figure out ways to navigate around that. You're telling us right now that you think these achievement gaps are in fact going to get worse, not better.
They are. They are. I mean, again, if we think about the families, if we think about the situations that families are in, you're asking now for the parents to step up and be the teacher, right? Yeah. We're asking for something that hasn't been done, right? So families, we're used to sending our children off to school and coming back home. But now you want me to be able to manage my home. You want me to be able to manage teaching my children. You want me, and I may have multiple children. So now I got to try to figure out how to do all this stuff, right? But I got to go to work as a parent. I'm still trying to make sure food is on the table. I don't have that flexibility that I have this, two-family household where my husband is taking care of things, so I'm trying to juggle all of this.
Or you lost your job because of COVID-19, and now you're struggling to keep food on the table, clothes
Yep.
on the kids' back, paying the bills. I mean, these are essential things, right? Needs that aren't being met right now because of COVID. And then on top of that, you're asking parents now to also step into a new profession that they were not even trained for.
Exactly. So the stress, the anxiety, the mental issue, the social, I mean, it's a layered effect that's going to play a huge role within our community and within our families. So we're dealing with a situation that I don't know if there's a right answer for it, but I know as a community, we can come up with different solutions, and we can try to create ways to maybe have tutoring sessions, to be able to build, right, to help these families that don't have the right tools or the right equipment to be able to help their child to continue to succeed. So yes, our children are going to continue to fall to the wayside. The gap is going to continue to increase if we do not make sure that we're putting the right measures in place to make sure that our families and our community are being able to access resource.